When I returned home from deployment, I discovered my son's broken face. The hospital room smelled like disinfectant and stale grief. My son's face was a map of bruises, purple spreading beneath pale skin. His small body lay half buried under sterile white sheets, eyes barely open, lips cracked like he hadn't spoken in days. I stood frozen at the doorway. 6 months away. 6 months in sand and blood, fighting enemies I could see, only to return and find my son broken by an enemy I hadn't anticipated. He stirred, whispering through the weight of morphine. "Daddy, Mommy's new boyfriend, he pushed me down the stairs." A pause. His breath hitched, twice. The words slashed deeper than any battlefield wound. My gaze shifted to the empty chair beside his bed. His mother should have been there. She wasn't. She never was when it mattered. I placed my hand gently on his, cold fingers wrapped in mine, and in that stillness I made a vow. No rage, no shouting, not yet. I would handle this in the only way she feared most. Calm, calculated, the kind of silence that crushes. When I walked through the door of my own house, the air was foreign. It wasn't the home I had left. It had been rearranged, lived in differently, as though I'd already been erased. Her laughter drifted from the kitchen. Not the laughter I remembered. This one was higher, forced, meant for someone else. Him. I caught glimpses. His shadow near the counter, his voice low, claiming territory that wasn't his. My wife leaned into him, too close, too familiar. The betrayal wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It sat in every careless touch, every stolen glance. When she noticed me, her smile cracked like glass under weight. Too late to hide the truth. But I didn't confront her. I kissed her cheek, hollow, like a soldier returning to an empty command. I sat. I listened. I played the part of the man oblivious. Inside, I cataloged every detail, every shift in her tone, every silence that said more than words. And when my son returned home, stitches pulling at his young skin, she dismissed it with the ease of a liar. He fell. Twice. Kids stumble. You know how clumsy he is. But I already had the truth. Her son had confessed. And I had learned long ago, confessions made under pain are always honest. I lived as a shadow in my own house. Her laughter became whispers. Her absence became routine. The new man's scent lingered in the hallways like rot. At night, I pretended to sleep, but my eyes remained open, watching. In the morning, I went through her phone while she showered. Deleted texts, hidden calls, numbers saved under fake names. I memorized them, traced them. Every soldier learns patience. War teaches restraint. I gathered evidence like loading ammunition, hospital records, photos of bruises, call logs, bank statements. Each piece slid into place like parts of a rifle. I spoke little. I showed less. But inside, the rage coiled, quiet and merciless. When she laughed at dinner with that man across the table, I smiled too. When she excused herself to take calls in another room, I sipped my drink, letting the silence drown her. My son watched me sometimes with wide, questioning eyes. I nodded at him, steady. I would not fail him, not again. The DNA test came in a plain envelope. No ceremony, no warning, just truth printed in black ink. I opened it in silence, eyes scanning the words that confirmed what I already suspected. My son was mine. His pain, his scars, mine to carry. But the man in my kitchen, the man my wife paraded so carelessly, was nothing. That night, I placed the envelope on the table in front of her. She looked at it, then at me. Her hands trembled. "What is this?" she asked, voice brittle. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Her eyes flicked across the paper, widening, skin draining of color as the truth sank in. She stammered, desperate, weaving excuses out of thin air. But I sat still, a soldier listening to enemy propaganda, words that mean nothing when the war is already decided. Her boyfriend tried to speak. I silenced him with one glance. The next morning, I escorted them both out of my house. No shouting, no chaos, just quiet orders. Final. Her face twisted, pleading, bargaining. She wanted a fight, something loud, something messy, but I refused her that luxury. "You will never touch him again," I said, voice even. The man tried to protest. I stepped closer, low enough for only him to hear. "If you ever come near my son, the stairs will be the least of your concerns." His face drained. He believed me. He should. I watched them leave, two figures shrinking into nothing at the end of the driveway. My son stood beside me, bandaged, silent. I didn't reach for him, not yet. He didn't need promises. He needed proof. And proof is all I had given. The house is quiet now, too quiet. But silence, I've learned, is not emptiness. It's control. I sit in the same chair where I once listened to their laughter. Now it belongs to me again, to him. My son walks through the hallway, slower now, careful. He glances at me, eyes searching for the man he remembers. I nod. Not soft, not tender, just steady. Because steady is stronger than kind. His scars will fade, mine won't. But scars are proof of survival, not defeat. And as I watch him disappear into his room, door clicking shut, I breathe the words I will never speak aloud. I came home to protect you. I will never leave again. Then I let the thought burn away, leaving nothing but cold resolve. Because war isn't always fought overseas. Sometimes it lives in your own house. And this time, I won.